Some new information from investigators after Clark County deputies shot and killed a man. The update included audio from dispatchers. We're also now seeing surveillance video from a drone and from businesses. We do want to warn you, some of that video may be graphic. Fox 12's Amber Wilmarth has a look at the investigators' findings.
Investigators say this all started late last month as a drug investigation, and Clark County deputies intended to take Kevin Peterson Jr. into custody. Detectives released these pictures they say they obtained of Peterson, showing Xanax they believed he intended to sell and suggesting violence toward law enforcement.
It turned into the quality, and it looks like it could be a match on our driver.
Investigators say Peterson was inside a Mercedes, and they tried to contact him using unmarked cars with emergency lights activated.
All right, we're approaching.
They say they were wearing tactical vests, identifying them as law enforcement. And when they approached, say Peterson got out of the car and ran.
Silver truck off the passenger side.
Surveillance video shows Peterson running and putting his hand in his pocket.
He's running. He has something in his hand. Be careful, might be a gun.
According to deputies, Peterson did have a gun that he dropped while running. They say they ordered him not to pick it up, but say he did anyway and continued to run. They say they stopped immediately chasing him at that point because he was armed.
Do not chase him around the corner.
He was yelling that he had a gun.
His gun's out. He's got a gun in his hand.
Deputies then say they called for backup. Surveillance video shows Peterson then walking through the parking lot of a U.S. bank. Two detectives and a deputy arrive, contact Peterson, and order him to stop. They say he did not comply and pulled a handgun out of his sweatshirt pocket and pointed it at a deputy. A detective and deputy both fired their guns at Peterson. In surveillance video, you can see Peterson running, then falling to the ground. Deputies say he sat up and pointed a gun at deputies again.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Detectives and deputies fired a total of 34 rounds, with 4 rounds hitting Peterson. I'm Amber Wilmarth, Fox 12, Oregon.
Deputies say Peterson aimed his gun at them and they believed he had fired or had already shot at them. At this point, investigators say there is no evidence Peterson fired his gun, and they're sending the case to the prosecuting attorney for review. Attorneys representing Peterson's parents issued a statement about the investigation, saying in part, quote, "Where's the apology from the sheriff for the false accusation claiming Kevin shot at officers?" Now they're saying Kevin pointed a gun at officers, but the video doesn't show that. Instead, the video shows that Kevin was no threat. This raises a question of police protecting their own. We also have a quote from Peterson's father. He says, quote, "Kevin recently became a father. He was excited about fatherhood. The sheriff and others lied when they said Kevin shot at officers. Now we see the video and Kevin's back was toward the officers, but they shot him anyway. They chased him down, trapped him, and killed him." Fox 12 will continue to follow this investigation as it develops.